Today is Saturday, August 17th, 2019. This is week 2 of kind of like a series I started about my keto journey. I started keto. It's been a year. You can go back and read or watch the video that I made a year ago. I did start, and then I went off of it, gained my weight back, and so I'm back on. I've been on it for 2 weeks now, and I said I wasn't gonna weigh myself, but you know, because I don't think it's really not that important. But the reason I weighed myself today is I'm not gonna make a habit of weighing myself. I just wanted to see what it was, because I felt like I was losing, so I just wanted to see if it was true, and it was. I've lost 5 pounds, so I'm doing the right thing. So what I want to talk about today is so important, especially for anybody, but especially for those that are just starting the ketogenic diet or are learning about the ketogenic diet. And like I've said before, there are a billion YouTubers out there that will share their ketogenic diet experiences and recipes and all kinds of information. There's doctors out there that are jumping on the bandwagon also, and can make it really easy to understand how the ketogenic diet works. But today, I just want to go over my own experience with keto, my own experience with this diet. And the main thing that I want to stress is carbs. They are toxic. Not only toxic, but they're addictive. Not only carbs, because I'm going to touch on a few things like carbs, but also what is addictive is processed foods, which is also toxic. Our bodies were not created to break down correctly those kind of chemicals and those kind of foods in our bodies, and so it stores it as fat. Now, maybe there's people out there that aren't type 2 diabetic. I'm type 2 diabetic, and I know that if I continue the keto, which I am planning on doing, my diabetes isn't too late to reverse and get completely rid of it. And I've seen it. It's happened to me, and then I was actually cured of diabetes until I screwed up and started eating carbs again. This was around 2015. In 2014, I was taking off everything I was on for diabetes. I was taking off insulin, which I hope some of you will please research insulin, and because insulin is the worst thing that a type 2 diabetic can take. One of the reasons is I never thought about this until I watched Dr. I can't remember his name. I'll put his link below in the description. I just can't remember his name. But it made a lot of sense. people that have type 2 diabetes, we produce too much insulin. We're insulin resistant, we produce too much. And so when you have type 2 diabetes, and if your doctor prescribes insulin, it's like, okay, well, your body's producing too much insulin, let's give it some more insulin. It's crazy, right? Well, so I had to do some research. I've mentioned this before in a previous video, that I'm the kind of person that I wasn't always a person that researches. I had to go through hell before I got wise. But you would be surprised at how information can change your life. I want to say too that the ketogenic diet is the best thing that has ever happened in my life. I've been overweight since I was 13 years old. Well, I was 13 when I started putting on weight, and that's when my parents were divorced, and so I turned to food for comfort. It's always been a comfort to me my whole life. It's just, food is comforting. So what I found I wouldn't say ironic, but it is a little ironic that that this lifestyle, it's not, you aren't deprived whatsoever. As a matter of fact, when I first heard of keto a year ago, I didn't believe it. I'm like, no way. There is no way. Because I have failed at every diet out there. The only thing that I've never done is get a bypass surgery. And believe it or not, I was approved for that surgery years ago. And I was going to have it in Texas. Not the doctor that's on my 600 pound life. No, I was 100 pounds overweight. Back in the day, this was in the late 80s. Back in the day, you had to be 100 pounds or more overweight. Well, I was a little over 100 pounds overweight. So my insurance, I had a good job, and my insurance paid for this procedure, and they also paid for my plane ticket to Texas to have this surgery. They told me I'd be in the hospital for 10 days. Nobody could go with me. I mean, there's nobody. I come from a poor family, so nobody could go with me. I couldn't afford to buy tickets, so I'd be going by myself, and I was going to be in the hospital approximately 10 days, and then I'd come home. But back then, the surgery was stomach stapling. Okay. Well, I had the tickets. They sent me the tickets. I was ready to go. The night before I was to go, I had a dream, and I dreamed that I died on the operating table having that surgery. Well, the next morning when I woke up, I told my husband about this dream, and I said, you know what, something, it's not just the dream. Something's telling me not to do this. I don't know if I would have died or what, but I canceled the surgery. The plane tickets were non-refundable, so they were really pissed at me when I did that. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But so yeah, I've tried everything except bypass surgery. Okay, and I won't do that. I don't think I need to, especially now that I found the keto. Okay, so if you go back a year, you'll see that I was very successful. I was really successful for 8 months, and then I messed up myself. I weighed myself every day, which was for me. Okay, now I'm not telling everybody not to weigh themselves. No. But if you're going to base your success on what you weigh, then go ahead. But that was my mistake. I weighed myself every day, and after 8 months, actually the 9th month, every day I weighed myself. I never budged. My weight never budged. It didn't go down. It didn't go up. As the days went by, I was getting more and more frustrated because not only didn't I cheat, I didn't cheat at all, but I was even trying extra things that I thought would maybe help me get past that plateau. Well, I don't give up easily, but I was so discouraged that I started eating carbs, and then I stopped weighing myself, and I could feel myself gaining my weight back. It took 3 months to gain I lost like 45 pounds. But it taught me a lesson. That carbs, I think for everybody, but most especially since this is my story, carbs are so toxic to me. Not only carbs, but sugar is toxic to me. Also, processed foods are toxic to me. You see, carbs and sugar are the same thing. When you eat carbs, your body turns it to sugar. If, that's what it does naturally. And so, for me, my whole body, I was just a walking toxic time bomb. That's what I would say. So, I don't claim to be an expert. I'm certainly not an expert. I have tried and I failed the keto, and I'm back on the keto because I know it works. I just gave up when I reached a plateau, and I think for my own success, I'm not going to step on the scales. I did at the beginning last week just to see what I weighed, which was 250. Okay, and then I weighed today. I lost 5 pounds, so I'm at 245. So I know it's working, and that's it. I'm not going to weigh myself anymore until a time when I'll know. Because believe it or not, the scale isn't going to tell you what the ketogenic diet does inside your body. It has nothing to do with your weight. It has everything to do with cleaning out your toxins, healing your body inside. Actually, it starts from the inside and then out, and that, it takes time. And so, if you ever reach a plateau, don't give up like I did. Don't give up. I'm never giving up again. Something else I'd like to share is you don't have to exercise. Personally, I can't say everybody knows this because there might be somebody watching this video for the first time watching my channel, but I'll say that in June 2nd, I had a heart attack, okay? And they put a stent in my heart. And, like I said, I am type 2 diabetic, and I take metformin, that's all. And eventually I will get rid of that med. But also, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and for many years, I have been in pain, and a lot of people could not understand why. They knew I had a rheumatoid, and the main thing, any kind of arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, regular, just normal arthritis, inflammation is what causes the pain. Well, believe it or not, eating carbs eating sugar, eating an unhealthy diet it causes inflammation. So that was one of the first things that I was in shock over, was when my inflammation went away and my pain went away. I'm like, what? No way, this can't be real. But it was. And then when I did get off the keto and went back to carbs, my pain came back, of course. My weight came back. All the toxins I put back in my body. So I basically had to start over again. But take it from somebody that's been there, done it. I did start the keto over a year ago. And then I failed myself, got off the keto, gained my weight back, gained back all kinds of problems. My blood sugars went back up. And then I realized, after I went through my heart attack and experiencing excruciating pain from my rheumatoid arthritis, and not only that, but from my weight that I put back on, and I wasn't done. I was far from being done losing weight, and so it caused a lot of pain. I mentioned this last week, that when I gain weight, when I put on any kind of weight, it is targeted in my stomach. And so when my stomach gets big, it pulls on my back, it's hard to walk, it's hard to breathe. So when I was on the keto before, my stomach went down, I felt so light. I not only felt light, I lost inches, I felt so great. So that's basically what I want the word to be, or the message that I want to say this week, is that this is not made up. This is the truth. Carbs are toxic. Processed foods are toxic. You don't have to take my word for it. You can research it yourself. Research it because it's true. And most especially if you're type 2 diabetic, or even if you have an obesity problem, there is an answer. And I'm telling you, it's keto. It's the keto lifestyle. And I'll assure you that you won't go hungry. Actually, it takes away your cravings for carbs. You will lose all that. You're not going to miss all the junk that you ate. You won't, because you're going to be completely satisfied with the keto diet. I at first didn't believe it, but when it was happening to me, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this can't be happening, but it was. It was the most amazing thing. And and I'm feeling it again. So I feel good. Some of my inflammation has gone away. Well, my pain, most especially. I still have some pain because I haven't been down the road yet long enough, I don't think. So I'm giving it some time. This time, I'm not gonna throw this opportunity away ever again. So it doesn't matter if you start and fail. To me, if you try again, you're not failure. You're not failing. I don't look at myself as a failure, because if you get up and try again, you're a winner in my book. Everybody fails. Is getting back up on your feet and getting back to it that's what success is. when you don't give up. And so, don't give up. Don't give up. Because, and it doesn't matter how old you are. I'm 59. I thought, oh, I'm too old to be losing weight. No, I'm not too old. Actually, it's more important for me to get healthy, but the weight comes off naturally. Your body's just going to heal itself. So I thank God for this keto. I do. It is the answer to a lot of my problems, a lot of my medical problems, a lot of my health problems. So I think I've made this video long enough, and I just wanted everybody I just want to say, hang in there, don't give up, it will work. You know, my top weight was 287, and to some people that's not that big. To me, it was huge, and I don't want to go in the other direction and get that big again, or even get bigger than that. I'm going down the right path now, and I'm gonna be successful. I know I will. I can't wait. I can't wait to share with everybody as time goes on just what this does for me. So I'm gonna say bye, and I hope everybody has a great day, and I'll talk to you next week, and God bless and goodbye.